Brumbies, Hurricanes, Sunday afternoon, Canberra. Brumbies 2 for 2 against New Zealand sides. What are we thinking?
They don't have the worst record against the Canes.
They've won at least 2 of their last 3.
And they don't have the worst record at home as well.
Yeah.
Well, last year, wasn't it? It was that 12-10.
Yeah. Geordie missed the kick in the last minute, was it? From about 50 out.
It was big
from the sideline as well. It wasn't in front.
No. But like the Hurricanes had a chance to win it. Didn't the Hurricanes bomb a couple of tries in that game as well?
A couple.
Yeah.
There may have been there was that Savia try that was called back for a knock on. It was sort of like a pretty dubious call. It was
centenary celebrations that night. So I wasn't super aware.
I'm surprised you remember that.
But, I do remember we were watching that last kick at least.
Yeah, so they obviously they won last week, and they played a great game last week. They've obviously shown they play a good brand of footy, and I think if they get off to a good start and like they Reds did against the Hurricanes last week, I think that they're in a better position to hold on to that lead. So the Hurricanes have sort of probably been known to not play for 80 minutes this season, and I think that they'll have to
play for 20 minutes.
And they'll have to really step up there. So I think the odds are about right. I think the Hurricanes are they're definitely on the up. They'll be happy that they sort of came back and was ended up being a 13+ win last week. So I had the plus, and I had Hurricanes 1-12, so it was a heartbreaking sort of result for me.
Welcome to the Hurricane.
Yeah, exactly. But I think that I'll probably be siding with plus in this game. I think that the Brumbies will they did enough, and I think that in the tight 5 and all that, I think that they're going to have a clear advantage in the set piece that Hurricanes probably hasn't been their strongest sort of area so far this season. So I had a wee look. They only were 8. Well, they lost 5 of their lineouts last week, and they just won't be able to afford to sort of lose too many at the set piece against the Brumbies, who are a team who have a very, very clear plan that seems to be working at the moment.
It certainly works against the Canes.
Yeah.
Are you a bit concerned about this maybe stylistic matchup where the Brumbies could gain a bit of ascendancy up front and
just grind the game out of the Hurricanes?
Yeah.
Earn 75% of the ball. Canes feeding off scraps. It's got a dangerous look about this game, and the Brumbies will be buoyed by that win over the Highlanders. They know they can beat New Zealand sides. They know they can beat the Hurricanes. They've done that before.
They've won 5 of the last 6 versus the Canes at home as well. So,
the last game last year was 12-10. The game before in Canberra was pretty low scoring as well, 24-12. That sort of scoreline is the one the Brumbies want to see. But last time they played in New Zealand, it was 43-13.
If it's a blow, if it's a high scoring game, you're pretty certain the Hurricanes are on top.
And that's where I do think it being a Sunday afternoon game plays into the Canes' hands. If it was Saturday night, 7:30 local time, 3 or 4 degrees
chilly,
in Canberra as it can get, I don't think as it was last year, I don't think the Canes would be so keen on it. But maybe the Canes. That's certainly the last 2 games. They've only seemed to score points about whenever they've got their hands on a set piece and gone that way. So I don't know if the Brumbies will give them enough set pieces and advantageous position to do that.
Yeah, I was having a look to the stats yesterday, and at one point during that game, the penalty count was 9. In that first half, the penalty count was 9-2 in the Reds' advantage. So they can't afford to do that again. They'll have to work on their discipline. I mean, they obviously got those 2 yellow cards, both of which were sort of, I don't know, a little bit soft, I suppose, but I won't go there.
No comment.
But they won't afford to. Yeah, if they get off to a bad start and the Brumbies get on a roll early, I think that the Brumbies are much more structured and they play a much better game than the Reds. That they won't blow a lead like that. So the Hurricanes will be aware of that, and they'll be doing their best to start strong, I'm sure.
So I guess as sort of what we're saying, it all depends on what Hurricanes team shows up.
I think that you can say that for any weekend the Hurricanes play.
Because if they play like they did against the Crusaders, they win this game by 20 points, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
They've got a bit of consistency in the back line they've announced this week as well.
It's not. an exact same backline.
I know,
The
a bit of
dream is still
consistency.
alive, yeah.